Hi, Paul with Diode Dynamics here with our SS3 LED pods. Today we're talking about one of the unique features about these lights, which is the user replaceable lenses. The SS3 is one of the few pods on the market where you can swap these out yourself without losing the warranty. The lenses themselves are a durable polycarbonate material with an attached rubber O-ring, and the whole process to change them out only takes a couple minutes. We'll get to that in a second. But first, why would you want to swap out the lenses at all? Well, you might be looking for a different beam pattern. We offer spot, flood, driving, and fog output patterns with these lights. If you're installing them on a different vehicle or even in a different application, you might be looking for a different beam pattern. Rather than buying a whole new light, you can simply swap over the lenses and get the beam pattern you're looking for in just a few minutes. The other reason you might want to swap lenses is to actually change the color. And you can do that to some degree with the SS3 LED. Now I say to some degree because the white lights and the yellow lights are actually built a little differently from the factory. Our white SS3 pod uses 6000K cool white emitters. We use those because they're a perfect match to factory lighting. If you have OEM LEDs on your vehicle for headlights or anything, this will be a perfect match when you go to install them. The yellow lights, on the other hand, use 4000K emitters. That's a warm white color, and by passing the warm white through our yellow lens, we achieve a really great golden yellow color. So what does that mean when we go to change the color of the lens? Well, over here I have two lights that look like they're yellow. One was originally a white light, and that's here. When I turn them on, you can see if you can tell a difference. The white original light uses that 6000K LED, so when it passes through that yellow lens, it's going to be a little bit less of a vibrant yellow color. It's still a nice yellow, as you can see, but it's just not quite the same as our original yellow light, which has that 4000K LED paired with the lens. Again, here we have our 6000K chip passing through yellow, and here is the default yellow configuration with the 4000K and yellow lens to produce that really great golden yellow color. So you can change the color over, but the yellow is not going to be quite the same. How does it work with white? Well, the white one here, I also have one that's a 4000K LED I've converted over, and one that's 6000. I'll get these plugged in for you and you can see again if you can tell the difference. Now on the left here is our 4000K emitter. This was originally a yellow light. And as you can see, it's that warmer white color, but that might be something that you're going for depending on your setup. On the right side is our 6000K LED, which is the standard white color that you'll receive out of the box when you order a white light. So if you take a yellow light and swap a clear lens onto it, you'll end up by just seeing that 4000K LED, versus the original white is that 6000K color temperature. So depending on the color you're looking to achieve, you might be able to pull that off. If you want a unique color like that 4000K, you might want to purchase the yellow lights and swap the clear lenses on right away. It's an option that's available because of how we've built these lights. Now let's take a look at the actual process to swap these over. So right now I'm going to show you how to swap out the yellow lens on this light to a clear lens instead. Again, that'll allow the 4000K LED to shine right through for a 4000K white output. We can look at that output color right now of that original yellow, and at the end we'll see how that compares. So tools for this, you can see I'm wearing some gloves. I don't want any fingerprints or dust or debris to get on the lenses as I swap them out. I've also got the lens itself. You'll see it's packaged up really well, and then a T10 Torx head screwdriver. So we'll get the lens out of the packaging. Again, you can see how much care goes into making sure that these aren't damaged and there's no dust on them either by the time they get to you. You don't want to do this in a garage either. I would recommend doing it indoors. You don't want dust around, and we have a soft surface we're working on as well. You don't want to risk any scratches or damage. So here's our lens, and now we're just going to remove the lens from the original lamp. So to do that, we're going to flip it over, and we're just going to remove the 4 T10 screws around the edge. So align your driver and just remove them one at a time. They'll come out pretty easily. And once you have all 4 screws completely removed, you can just lift the lamp off of the bezel here. The screws might fall out, that's okay. Then you'll want to remove the original lens. Again, if you have gloves on, it's no problem just to shake it out a bit. It will be press fit in there a bit, but you can remove it. You might want to package that up in your original plastic to keep it nice and protected in case you want to swap back sometime. But now we're going to align the new lens into place. If you look at the back of the lens, you'll see a couple indentations where there's keys to actually make sure it's in the correct direction. You can also compare the DD marking on the lens itself to the circuit board and make sure those line up, and that way I know that they're in the correct direction. You won't be able to install it in the wrong way, so you know it's correct when it's all nice and level in there as well. Now when you're doing this, don't remove the O-ring from the lens itself. If you remove it, it might not be installed in the correct way, so you just want to leave it all as one unit. You can see the lens we removed, we're just going to leave the O-ring on there as well. The O-ring comes with the lens, you don't need to remove the O-ring for any reason. Then we're just going to put the bezel back on top. If you have a different kit, like our Type B, you want to make sure it's in the correct orientation. But otherwise, most kits can be installed with any orientation, no problem. We're going to flip that over, and then we'll install the screws one at a time. Now, as you do this, you want to do it kind of like you would install lugs on a wheel. You want to do a little bit here, a little bit on the opposite side, and then tighten them all down. So we'll start one side at a time here, just a little bit to start. Just as soon as that catches there, we'll go over to the other side. And we just want to make sure that there's even pressure all the way around. There we go. Now when it comes to torquing these down, you just want to make sure that they're hand tight. Not even very hand tight, because you can strip out the screws with too much pressure. It's not important that these have extreme pressure on them. You just want to make sure that they're tight so that they'll hold together. Now I've gotten to the 4th screw here, so I'm going to tighten it the rest of the way down. And again, I'm just going to make sure it's tight and then work my way around all the screws around the lamp. You will be able to tell when there's some significant resistance, and that's when you stop screwing it in. So there we go. All 4 screws are tight. As you can see, that only took about a minute, 2 minutes, and now I can power it up with this original yellow lamp and the clear lens installed. We have that warm white 4000K color, which might be what you're going for depending on your needs. As you can see, the ability to swap out these lenses in just a couple minutes is a great option to have. Whether you're looking to change your beam pattern or the color of your SS3 LED pods, you can do it all in just a couple minutes. You can find these replacement lenses online at diodynamics.com or use our dealer locator to find them at a dealer near you. Thanks for watching.